Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Bitcoin update. We've seen massive volatility over the last 24 hours, and I expect it to continue. Okay, I don't think the volatility is over. We have more economic data releases coming just today in like 4 or 5 hours. We have unemployment, we have PPI. So this volatility we've seen in the last 24 hours is going to continue. So don't go to sleep. Don't take a nap, right? This is stuff you need to be paying attention to. You know, we had the FOMC, the pre-FOMC drop. We had the FOMC pump, and then we had the CPI pump, and then we had the interest rate decision drop back down. So really just chopping up, down, up, down, up, down for various reasons. CPI came in very bullish, but then the rates stayed stagnant, which was expected. But Jerome Powell came out and said that we're only going to be seeing 1 rate cut this year rather than the expected 3. And so the price dropped right back down. But fundamentally, we are still on the macro support zone. I really want to use this video to clarify a few key points, okay? Point one, someone said to me in a comment yesterday that got a lot of traction, really, that it's very important that the data flips in our favor here. And I disagree with that entirely. I would say that it's very important the data doesn't flip against us, okay? He's taking a more bearish perspective. He's saying that the data right now is bad and Bitcoin needs to rise immediately. No, I'm saying the data right now is good and Bitcoin needs to maintain this critical level. It might sound like only a slight disagreement or a slight adjustment to the point he was making, but it's very, very important, okay? It's important you understand that the macro is very much intact here. Yeah, we're on the edge of a cliff. Yeah, we can't really move down much more at all. But everything's still intact. You look at the cryptocurrency market cap chart and you see we're following the exact same 5-step pattern that we did in the 2020 cycle. Step 1 here, step 2, step 3, step 4, which is the final consolidation before a breach to new all-time highs in a parabolic bull run. On that final consolidation on step 4, we retested the ascending support line in the RSI, we retested the bull market support band, we retested the pi cycle center lines. We're doing all of these exact same things right now on a structural level. On a structural level, we are copying the exact moment of December 2020, just before the parabolic bull market to the upside. Now, we don't have much breathing room because, of course, we're on top of the critical indicators right now. We're on top of the bull market support band. We're on top of the RSI level. We really have to bounce here. There's no more room to move downwards. But to act like the data isn't in our favor here is completely wrong. We need to be hoping the data doesn't flip against our favor. It's currently in our favor. The macro trends are very much intact and nothing out of the ordinary has happened yet. We can't move downwards anymore, but the data is currently in our favor. And the same can be said for Bitcoin. Even on a medium-term scale, we're still holding on to that support zone that we flipped for resistance. We had a inverted head and shoulders pattern here, flipped it to the upside, held that support zone for support. Yeah, we've got a potential double top here, but it's not validated until we break the neckline, and we're still holding on to that neckline. So nothing's flipped against us. So get rid of these kind of notions that everything's bad. And also, in the same breath, get rid of these notions that everything's completely golden as well. Although the macro is intact, again, nothing's bad here. Nothing bad has happened. The macro is intact. But it's not like we can move down much more. We have to bottom here. For Bitcoin, yeah, we've got a little bit more breathing room. Bitcoin technically could go to 61K, go retest the bull market support band, go retest the pi cycle center lines, go retest, the 13-year ascending support line. Bitcoin's got a little bit more breathing room in altcoins. But altcoins, the market in general, to be frank, has to bottom here basically, because if Bitcoin goes down, altcoins are going down, and who knows what effect that will have on Bitcoin if altcoins get wrecked. We'll see a very different type of market cycle. But again, just bringing it back to the main point here, nothing's bad yet. Everything's still on track. But it's not like we have all this room downside we can still move. I think I was watching YouTube videos yesterday and today even, and I don't usually watch cryptocurrency YouTube videos. I don't actually usually watch cryptocurrency TA videos. I'm very confident in my own analysis, and I get all the alternative viewpoints that I need to get out of conversations with my VIP members in my comment section and analysts like Mega Well Crypto, who I keep quite close to, and we discuss the market very often. But I was taking a look just at the market sentiment yesterday, just what people are thinking in general, and I see an astonishing lack of urgency in the market right now. It's actually baffling to me, because again, like I said, I'm not bearish, I'm macro bullish, but I am understanding that nothing's happened bad yet, but it really is an urgent situation, because we need a bottom right here. We don't have any more room to move. And I just don't see that same sense of urgency along the rest of the market. A lot of people are saying things like, saying just asinine, stupid things that just, rookies would say, really. They're saying things like, oh, Bitcoin could move down 30%. It did it in the last bull market. Why can't it do it again? Bitcoin, altcoins could go down another 40% and then we come back upwards. This is just a normal correction. People need to understand. I mean, this is 101 TA. It's not about the percentage move downwards. It's about the structures that were held or lost during the move. The reason why we were able to move downwards on Bitcoin in 30% corrections throughout the entirety of a 2017 bull market is because on those 30% corrections, we were maintaining the critical indicators that were necessary to maintain to ensure the uptrend. Okay? It's not like we can just randomly move down 40% from whenever because it happened in the past and remain healthy. No. It happened in the last couple of cycles because it could happen. Right now, it can't happen. Right now, the indicators that are critical to hold are right on top of us. For Bitcoin, they're a little bit lower, but for altcoins, they're right here. So it's like, yeah, we're only downwards on altcoins. We're only downwards, 23% from the high. And that might not sound bad compared to last cycle where we were downwards 40% from the high at times. But we're testing the same levels we were testing when we were down 40% in the last cycle right now when we're 23% down. So, I mean, just get rid of these, if you're following anyone who says things like that, do yourself a favor and get rid of them because then they don't know what they're talking about, quite frankly. I mean, that's just really basic TA. Structure matters, not percentage. Percentage is asinine. It means nothing. If you move upwards 200% in 2 days, you can move downwards 50% the next day. It's not going to affect the structure. That doesn't mean you can just move downwards 50% from anywhere ever. It's just stupid, really. So I really, have gotten to the point where I'm starting to question very intensely the intelligence of a lot of cryptocurrency YouTubers when I see things like that. And again, I'm just shocked by the lack of urgency right now. Again, I'm macro bullish, guys. I think we're going to hold here. I think we're going to go upwards into a parabolic bull market. I'm not doubting that at all. But I'm also saying in the same breath that we can't really move further down. If we move further down on a weekly scale, or Bitcoin below 61K, or altcoins even below where we are right now significantly, that's really, really bad. It doesn't really seem like many people are saying that right now. And I think it just comes from a genuine lack of knowledge of TA. Structure is what matters, not percentage. And people just aren't seeming to look at the structure right now. But now that we've kind of just got over that little rant there, but I suppose it wasn't a rant because I explained a few critical things to you. Let's just recap them briefly. I mean, thing number one I explained is that everything on a macro scale is still intact, and the market's not bad right now. But thing number two is that it's in an urgent situation. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We're on the support level that we need to hold. And a lot of people just aren't recognizing that right now. So congratulations by watching this video and recognizing it. I hope you get use out of it. But let's move into the more pressing matters, the more pressing concerns. I mean, right now, today, in 4 hours, we will see the PPI and we will see the unemployment claims come in. That will lead to more volatility. We currently are on support. We need to be seeing those macroeconomic events be bullish, and we need to be seeing a bounce off of this green support level between 66 and 67K. Again, like I've said before, if we see a scam wick, if we see a day or two below that green level, it's not the end of the world. If we see consistent price action below that green level, okay, then it becomes a concern. But I mean, right now, the ideal scenario is we end off these macroeconomic events. We've had 4 of them now. We've had CPI, FOMC, we're going into PPI, we're going into unemployment. If we end off this little spurt of macroeconomic events in a bullish position, we will have the momentum to pump upwards and break all-time highs and continue this macro structure, this macro structural trend, and enter a parabolic bull market. So it's really, really important that these macroeconomic events do not screw up the price action here. They need to come in good. So I highly recommend watching them very closely. I also, to be frank, don't necessarily recommend you trade the events. Trading macroeconomic events is a good way to get chopped up. I mean, we've seen that very clearly in the last 24 hours of price action. Look at this price action. That's not natural, guys. Up, down. I said that wrong. Down, up, down. Okay, that's not natural price action. That's just not how the market moves generally. That's just a result of macroeconomic events and then coming in and distorting the price action. Let's hope quite frankly, that we see these events come in bullish, and let's hope, quite frankly, that we see a strong bounce off support here. Right now, we are maintaining a higher low. We're in a pretty decent position. I don't mind Bitcoin right now. I don't mind the positioning of Bitcoin, but realistically, a lot of this is going to come down to how these macroeconomic events turn out. If I'm looking at a macro scale, again, nothing bad's happened. Everything's still intact. Even if we look at S&P 500, S&P 500 being in blue on the screen and Bitcoin being in orange on the screen, S&P 500 has actually broken all-time highs. It's in a very, very bullish uptrend. There's really nothing to be overly concerned about there. And Bitcoin, as you can see, overlaid on top of the S&P, generally follows the S&P quite well. It's not necessarily that Bitcoin, follows the S&P. It's that they generally move together based on the same kind of narratives. Bitcoin, we've seen lag a little bit in the past. Perhaps it's lagging here. Perhaps we'll catch up in the next, few days to a week. That would be the ideal scenario. And that's currently what the trends are kind of suggesting and what we are expecting. So again, coming back to my original point I made at the start of the video, someone said to me in a comment, let's hope the data turns in our favor. I would end this video by saying, let's hope the data doesn't turn against our favor, because it currently actually is in our favor. So pay close attention to these events coming up, guys. They're big stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram for altcoin trading signals. If you want to trade altcoins with me on VIP, you want to make money on altcoins, you can do so. We've got a 77.51% win rate over the course of 18 months of trading. You're also getting access to a group chat, very insightful group chat. We were discussing the market the whole night last night, looking at those macroeconomic events. You want to get in there. That's going to be heavily useful during the bull market. Furthermore, if you need exchanges, Bitunix, BingX, BitGet, all of those exchanges are down below. My link will give you a 15% trading fee discount. So sign up with my link down below. Click on my link, choose your exchange. They're all fitting different niches. My link for any of those exchanges will give you a 15% trading fee discount for life. So not only are you getting on a good exchange, you're also saving thousands of dollars in fees over the long term. That is a very good thing to get into. And then finally, if you want to learn how to trade, the Become a Trader 10-unit course by the Crypto Academy has a bull market sale right now. For a limited time, you'll get a discounted price on trading education. This is the gold standard of crypto education developed by myself and Megawell Crypto. Get in there if you're interested. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.